All right, and welcome to the 6th podcast of Dorks and Forks. I'm your host and creator, Brian Weil, and of course, sitting across from me, as usual, the Reverend Dan Sanchez.
Well, hello again.
Amen. Hey, Dan, we have a great show lined up today. We have some wonderful guests, some great talent in the kitchen. To the left of me, Mr. Corey Osby.
Hello. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Sitting next to him, we have Hot Breakfast.
Hot breakfast!
Woo! As our musical guest, they're going to come on and play a little tune for us. Yeah. In the kitchen, we have Chef Tim. Tim Drozdowski.
It's just like his last name's an enigma to me.
Do I just say Chef Tim?
Seth, it's every time I post on Facebook, it's like Chef Tim.
So this is the second time Chef Tim has joined us. He just knocked it out of the park the first time. That's when we had Maggie Gabbard and Ryan Cormier on, and just killed it. And so we figured we'd bring him back, man. Maybe he'll be our house chef. He was talking about maybe even bringing in guest chefs that he's friends with and cooking some stuff up, and that'd be really cool. So yeah, we'll check in with him later and see what's going on. I know because of Hot Breakfast.
Yeah.
Are we just going to scream Hot Breakfast every time?
I think we can.
I think that's a
People will hate us.
I paused. I paused there for it. I thought in honor of our musical guest, Hot Breakfast, our theme would be breakfast for dinner.
Yes!
so excited.
Do you remember when you were a kid and like your parents would just kind of mail in dinner and they didn't really have anything really planned?
They're like, look, kids, tonight
it's
day at work.
It's gonna be some eggs and some
eggs,
like microwavable waffle. Yeah. But those were like the best dinners
Absolutely.
ever.
Yeah. Still very excited.
If they took you to Howard Johnson's and you're
Right.
like, really, I can get an omelet
they still
now?
have Howard
Pancakes?
Johnson's around?
Really?
Is that a
He's
thing?
showing his age.
I'm like, in the hundreds of age-wise. So yeah,
Howard
back when I was a child.
Howard Johnson.
Wow.
And that's Matt and Jill from Hot Breakfast. I didn't actually say your
Hi,
names.
everybody.
So let's see. Big show. I mean, we've got a lot to. I mean, I think it's kind of ambitious what we're going to try to cover tonight. I mean, there's
Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, I just found out not a lot of people are beer drinkers. That kind of threw a wrench in my plan because we're going to analyze what's your best breakfast beer, right? If you're
Now,
not-
see, I often just wake up and just have a beer for breakfast.
Sure. Yeah, it could be a
happens.
PBR. It could be like, I like German style beers. Maybe it's just because it's German to me, and usually that's where they drink mostly for breakfast. But anyway, we've got Kujo Flying Dog, we have Nooner from Sierra Nevada, and we have Sweet Baby Jesus from DuClaw, and that's a chocolate peanut butter porter.
Sweet.
We've got Nooner, is kind of like a Pilsner style.
I can go for a nooner.
And then Kujo Flying Dog is a coffee stout.
Fantastic.
I'm happy to sip these things.
Yeah.
I'm not a beer drinker,
I'll-
but
You don't have to pound it, Jill.
But I
unless
could-
you wanted
But
to.
we can, right? That's an
But
option.
you guys brought a little something.
we did. So what we brought is this magical concoction called Sortilege, and it's a Canadian whiskey. And
Oh, eh? Yeah?
Totally, it's like a
Oh,
Canadian
yeah,
whiskey.
Those are
And it's infused with real Canadian maple syrup. And
Not real Canadians.
there may be some Canadians in there.
Sure.
if you taste flannel, you'll know you've got a Canadian.
Yeah, if you taste the toque. So anyway, it's 30% alcohol, which is kind of like in my that's where I sort of max out booze wise. I'm kind of a lightweight, so
Sure.
That's because you weigh very light.
that is true. But I probably have not had a drink for no reason. Like I'm not anti. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yes.
I prefer crack. But I probably haven't had a drink in maybe a year and a half.
Holy smokes.
wow.
So for no reason. So I'm gonna have a little bit of this and be completely idiotic and dancing on the
Nice.
table.
I
I'm
love it.
sure.
I love it.
This might
Can
be our
we-
best podcast.
This is a
ever.
rare
Can
thing.
we dance on the
seriously.
ceiling like Lionel Richie?
It's possible.
That is
I mean, there is a
feeling.
black guy here, so it just makes sense. And
So-
he did his hair for us tonight too, which I love.
I can't wait till it's like reverse. I'm in the future and there's only one white person and I get to pick on them.
what
Oh,
is
the
that
black
about?
people! Look, there's a white guy there.
Look, there's a half
Hey,
Puerto
look.
Rican
Poking
Filipino.
I was gonna
That
say, like,
guy.
I'm not white. I can pick on
How
whoever.
come you're not
I
watching
want,
it?
whenever
That's
I
right.
want.
Dan chose is.
How come you're not watching Full House right now, huh? That's what you people do, right?
You guys do, white people.
Listening to Loverboy, I know what you people do.
Watching Roseanne and stuff.
Sanchez is ubiquitous. That's what he
Listening
is.
to the guitar. So, yeah, we're talking about, white people love guitars. And, Dan, you put up on Facebook today, the Oscar picks.
Oh man, 8:30 this morning. They came out
announced.
Eastern Central Time.
So
5:30.
maybe we could get around to that. Another thing coming up is Galacticon.
Eastern Standard. I said Eastern Central.
We're doing it's kind of a Galacticon. It's going to be a local comic convention
Here?
down in Middletown.
Nice.
Yeah, it's setting up to be pretty big, and we're actually guests there. We're going to try to put on like a little cosplay contest.
I'm ashamed to ask, when is that?
It's in March 21st.
Really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later.
Cool.
I personally hope I'm not around for that. We'll get to that later.
Me
Yeah,
too.
we'll get to that.
Oh wait, I mean,
We're also thinking about, Dan was talking about, why isn't there a TARDIS emoji for your phone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Taco Bell is like freaking out right now all over the social media about their taco stuff. So like,
Why not have a blue police
we
box?
need a blue police box emoji.
If you can have poop with eyes, you
Right?
can have a police box.
Give me a TARDIS. All right, we'll get to that later.
Well, do you think it might be copywritten? What do you think would win in a blue police box or a red telephone booth? Like
In
a
an
fight?
emoji contest?
In a emoji fight.
I don't even know.
Okay, so moving on. Also, what's going on in Wilmington? We're thinking about maybe going on. What's going on with Wilmington? We're
We'll
talking
talk about that.
Yeah, the Grand Opera House buying DuPont Theater,
Oh,
taking
yeah.
over that. That's kind of returning it to the Playhouse name, and also Where's the Mayor? We're gonna play the game Where's the Mayor?
I Facebook like
That's
that.
if we get around to it.
I'm a big Facebook
Depends on how drunk we get.
that page.
So also, we're going to talk to Chef Tim. He's going to present a few things. His menu is incredible tonight. Should we tell everybody what
Talk
Yeah, go
foodie
for
to
it.
me, baby.
So Chef Tim kind of sent us a beautiful menu. Tim's menu. I'm going to make a corn pancake with crispy duck confit and fried quail egg for his first course. And then his second course will be an ode to the Waffle House. He's doing a sweet tea brined pork chop, grits, and arugula salad.
Oh my god.
And it's not like a color pupil entrance. I can eat that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just
Well,
checking.
I mean, I know you heard grits, and you were like, I saw you perk up a little bit. You're like, wait a minute. Hold on. I know grits. That's the one word I understood.
A lot of people.
We white people just know to kiss them.
My
We
God.
kiss the grits. That's what we know.
Where
That's
is
what you
this
do with
going?
grits, right?
That
a
makes
lot of
us
people
feel
are like,
funky.
your show's racist. You haven't had any black people on. Now we do, and now look what
Wait,
happened.
look
No,
what happens
I'm
to
not
the poor
going to be
guy.
that quota guy.
You're-
I'm a legitimate
Everybody
person.
got one.
Something you can
Of
contribute.
course, man.
Thank
We're dude. We're very privileged to have you.
I have the feeling
An
we're
honor
probably the
to have
token
you on.
old people, if that's any consolation too. So
We all have
You're much
to.
older than I am.
No, we
I mean,
had
I
Chris
just look
Gordon on
young.
last time.
Yeah, oh, good point.
I just look young. I'm
Really?
39.
Another guy who could kick our ass, so we're not going to make
I
fun
thought you
of
were
that
younger
guy.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot.
And word of the day today is dick poop.
Dick poop! So can I just elaborate on
Yeah,
this
go
while we're
ahead.
here?
Yeah.
Dick poop! So today, the Oscar nominations were announced. And Dick Pope, who is a prominent cinematographer in the film industry, was nominated. And the poor woman who was announcing today with Chris Chris Pine literally was like, such and such, and Dick Poop, Dick Pope.
Oh no.
So
Yeah.
Dick Poop has been getting a lot of play on the internet today. One of which being our good friend Spencer Graves from the Wake Up Crew on SDW said, I don't know about Dick Pope, but Dick Poop is definitely winning an Adult Video News Award this year.
Absolutely.
For
That's
sure.
going to be a parody so fast.
Right?
That's awesome.
It's already in the making.
Dick Poop.
Do you hear that sizzling?
I hear things in the kitchen. It
You guys are going to have
smells
to be
great.
really interesting because
Yeah.
that's all.
Well, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break.
Dick
Commercial
poop.
break. We'll get our first breakfast beer poured. We'll see what's going on with Chef Tim. And when we return, I'm sure we'll be in the kitchen with Chef Tim. See what's
Boom.
going on. Maybe talk to him for just a sec, and we'll start drinking. Oh wait, shots.
Shots.
We have to do. So yeah, we always have to do a shot or
Celebratory,
Yeah.
let's get
to
it
kick it
on.
off. So here's 4
Shot.
glasses. 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we're gonna do
really
shots of the this
tall glasses.
deliciousness.
Or
Do
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Let me get.
Sortilege.
I got the chalice one.
Wow.
Well, you don't have to fill up the whole thing.
Take
was
this,
wondering.
all
Yeah,
of
maybe
you,
I'll get
and drink
Chef
from
Tim.
it.
You gave
You
the
and your
black
pimp
guy,
cup over there.
You gave the black guy the pimp cup.
I know,
Can't
right?
believe that.
I took it. I'm not gonna lie.
He's
I was
like, I want
attracted to it.
that motherfucker right
I was
there.
attracted to it, baby.
Just as long as there's no dick poop in there, you'll be set to go.
I'm not a fan of that.
Is that residue? Is that residue of
Santorum.
things? There's a child here. I can't say too much. But
You were, yeah. I was wondering where the line was going to be with you.
You know, it is Brian's child, so there really isn't a line per se. But dick poop. That's all. The end. Hashtag dick poop.
Before you get in there.
Faux show.
And welcome back.
Oh, we're back.
We are back at dorksandforks.com. So I figured with the beer, I was thinking maybe we'll go like.
Wait, did I get a beer?
Didn't I pass it down?
Did you give me the nooner?
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, I figured we'd all do nooner. I figured I'd go kind of lighter to kind of heavier. So
Nooner.
Sierra
Yeah.
Nevada nooner.
Sarah Nevia, no, let's talk about this real quick.
Nooner Pilsner packs a big flavor into an easy drinking beer that's fit for friends and afternoon adventure. Nooner is our take on the classic German Pilsner, filled with bright and zesty whole cone hop flavor with a crisp, dry finish.
Yeah.
The perfect pick for wherever the day may take you. Interesting.
Now, on the side of the box, it says, "In a perfect world,
In a town.
in a perfect world, every afternoon, group of friends and a vow to go out and nooner. Our take on the classic German hop forward flavor and crisp finish." Well, oh, wait, no.
Now
I
it's
see how
repeating
that's-
itself.
No, wait, yeah. And actually,
interesting.
I was reading one column, but it continues through the crack.
Oh,
That's
it
why
always
I was kind of
continues through
jumping
the
around.
crack, doesn't
In
it?
a perfect world, every afternoon would start with a tall glass of Pilsner, a group of friends, and a vow to go out and own the day. What are you talking about? You start drinking at noon, you ain't going out.
I ain't going
You're
out.
taking a
Hey,
nap by
You're
2.
committed. You've made your
I actually
Yeah, that
did
means
start
you were
drinking
gonna
at
be
noon
in
today.
Day.
Or
Yeah.
if you do go out, it's going to be a bad idea. You might do it. But
Right.
And a vow to go out and own the day, at least for the next 2 hours.
Is it like
In a
Newsies?
world where
In a world.
Sanchez
Seize the
starts
day.
drinking at noon.
Now we're doing
every
our
By
part
4
with
p.m.
nooner.
It's
knocked
every world.
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Classic German style. It's brilliant golden in color with a hop forward flavor and a crisp finish. Let nooner kick off your adventure. So here we go, because, look, if I'm going to start drinking, it's even before noon.
Dude, I'm going to be honest. I mean, like, I just took a swig of this, and it's not a bad beer, but it tastes like Blue Moon without, like, the citrus. To me.
Well, look.
Yeah, I agree. It's a,
Agreed.
kind of a super dry, not.
Yeah.
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 Agreed.
And, I think it's coming in at...
It's fine. It's a
I mean,
beer.
what's even the ABV on this thing?
Probably not very high.
I don't drink
I would
beer,
probably
and that
say
tastes like beer.
5.5.
Oh, hey.
That's my guess.
You're
Well,
so...
yeah.
That's my
smoky or
that's my
something.
educated guess because I'm a bartender.
5.2?
Yeah.
For 12 years.
Even if you're lucky with that, I mean... Dan, could you look that up? Nooner ABV?
5.2.
5.2?
I win.
Dude,
I was
really?
That's
Really?
That's
Is that what
because
it
I'm
says?
That good.
It's on the bottle.
It's on the bottle.
I'm that good.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you read the bottle.
No, I did not. I said 5.5. I didn't read the bottle.
Because I was even thinking it was
Which
going to come
I
in
can't
like...
read, by the way. I don't think
I thought it was either going to come in more session-y than that, like maybe 4.2 or something.
No, I nailed that one.
5.2.
Chef Tim.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Chef Tim.
He's even
Say
dressed
hello,
up.
Chefy.
Yeah, man. Tonight, my first course is a little pancake. So I've done dinner for breakfast, and we're doing a little pancake and arepas. I got the recipe from a genuine Colombian I used to work with. We're doing a duck confit with it, a little bit of crispy duck confit, maple syrup, and a little chimichurri.
Ooh.
That's the first course. And the second course is an ode to the Waffle House. When I was in South Carolina, I went to the Waffle House every day, and I got pork chops and grits for breakfast.
Nice.
So, with a big glass of sweet tea. So I did a sweet tea brine pork chop. We got a little yellow corn grits, and a fresh arugula salad, and hot pepper escabeche. So there's a little spice in there. Does anybody have aversions to heat?
Bring it.
Bring it on.
What I don't have is an aversion to free food.
Okay, all right, there you go.
Says the
Simple
black
as
guy.
that.
And that's it,
My
man.
mama told me that a long time ago.
My mama told me that
She's
too.
black, so.
Cheers to Dorks and Forks.
Dorks and Forks.
Great
Forks.
friends,
Everybody.
great food. Cheers, Chef Tim.
Cheers,
Chef
cheers,
Tim.
Cheers, man. Cheers. We'll be right back after this shot.
Salud.
Hey, this is Rod.
And this is Vince.
Coming a little closer.
And we'll give you the secret of the good life.
It's the good life. It's the good life. It's the good life. Someday we'll have the good life. I'm in love. I'm in love with Ingrid Michaelson.
The new album, The Good Life by RKVC, available on iTunes, Amazon MP3, Google Play, and more.
Dorks and forks. Dorks and forks.
So Corey, mate, what's going on? So you've got some stuff going on. The people that might know you about town or might not know you,
Sure.
you're known for two performances, two style
Technically
performances.
three, but yeah, two.
Technically three.
Yeah.
So you've got your Rick James
Yes.
show.
Yes.
And you've got your James Brown show.
Correct.
Now these are you're kind of with a whole band.
Yes.
And you're doing your thing. I mean, you can find these videos on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
You
have
can
a
search
channel?
my name, Corey Osby, COREYOSBY, and you'll find about 3 or 4 professional style productions and videos up of the shows.
I heard one guy said it was gay.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I responded with it was very, very, very homosexual. That's a great point, sir.
You were like, hey, my video just hit 5,000 likes or
He was
5,000 views.
Yeah.
I only knew that because somebody wrote this was gay, and I got a push notification because of
Can't
it.
believe someone called something gay on YouTube.
Who would have thought that would ever happen?
Some anonymous person using their anonymity
He's like-
for anonymity for the
It's an anomaly.
betterment
That
of
will
all
never
people.
happen again.
That's so cool. But like, I mean, so you put on these high energy, these funky, great concerts.
Thanks. Yeah.
That like sold out.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do well.
you sold out like 5 weeks in advance, right,
Yes.
for one of your shows.
Yes.
And that's not SOLD sold. It is, but it's also SOULED sold.
I've never done that.
Sold out.
I have
Sold
never
out.
done that.
Dude, that should be on a
And my
t-shirt.
job is to think about how to sell.
No,
and that,
my
friend,
job is to do that.
God, that was good.
Why-
Sold out.
Why
Dan
isn't that
just
a
earned 10% right
Sold out.
There it is.
why? Why isn't that on a t-shirt?
Right? Let's
Sold
make it
out.
happen. Hey, check out our website for that T-shirt.
But so now you haven't. Why am I having an issue with this? Now you haven't.
What'd you break?
Your goal is to move on though from the city of Wilmington. You feel as though
Isn't it everybody's
our
goal?
fine city isn't big enough to kind of allow what you want to do.
And that's true to an extent. The reason why I say that is because if anyone who does or does not know me, I've done 3 shows here in Wilmington, and I've sold 1,422 tickets. The first was 250, 5 weeks in advance. The second was 565, and that, for the most part, sold out. And then the balconies dwindled, and that sold out. And the third, which was James Brown, the first 2 were Rick James, the first was James Brown, and that's the one I managed and headlined and pretty much was responsible from top to bottom alongside with my coworker who's fantastic, Richard Raw. That sold at 607 tickets. So it was just shy of a sellout, but it did really, really well.
Yeah.
And with my particular skill set as it exists now, you're having a hard time over there.
I do.
With my skill set doing, and I don't want to say impersonations because that's not accurate.
Yeah, I was trying to kind
I
of.
play a role.
In the style of odes.
Yeah. I play. You wouldn't say Jamie Foxx did an impersonation of Ray Charles. Like it's a role. I take it very, very seriously. I hate to say it sound pretentious, but I do take it very seriously.
Sure.
I would like to do it professionally. I think I have the chops to do it professionally, and unfortunately, I can't do that here in Wilmington.
Yeah.
As everyone can tell you, because I can do maybe 2 or 3 shows a year, but that's not professional money. I can make a few grand every show, which is great, but I can't do that.
You're not
and
paying
make
bills with that.
Yeah, I'm not paying bills.
Yeah,
with that.
I get that.
And
What if you took it to like the Harrah's or
Well,
like some of the local casinos in the
I
Trump
could,
Canada,
but that
Atlantic City,
involves management of a lot of other people in
I
terms
see.
of the band management
Oh, yeah, I
and
see.
bookings and that kind of thing. And I mean, that is not something I think I'm capable of doing right now.
Yeah.
I have to think about what I'm able to do. And right now, it makes sense if I were to move to Las Vegas, where I, am a bartender. And I've been for 12 years. So it makes sense that I relocate to some place where I could be a bartender.
Yeah.
And probably do well, a lot better than I could do here. So 1, I'd be a bartender. 2, I'd be in an environment conducive of my skill set, and hopefully break into being on stage and doing it professionally. It just makes total sense.
Very cool. So now you've got like a leaving for Vegas farewell tour.
Correct.
You've kind of set up this this project online where people could donate to you.
Yes.
And your cause to move out to Vegas.
I cannot afford to do it myself.
Who can?
Who can do it? Yeah, but I've got my limitations. But it's very, very important for me to do what I'm doing now, and it's also very important for me to give back in the same manner in which I've done for Wilmington in the last couple of years. Because I'm completely appreciative of the support that I've gotten for Wilmington. So part of my fundraising is to also help a friend of mine, Sarah Davenport, Sanchez.
Hey!
You know who that is.
Oh, man. Poor Sarah.
Oh, my God.
We worked with her in the beginning when World Cafe Live opened, and unfortunately, she got diagnosed with the late stage onset of Lyme's disease, and she's in a really, really bad way. And insurance doesn't cover a third of her bills.
Not even close.
I would love to say once I hit a tier that I could start giving that money back to her, and I will even continue to do that in Las Vegas. She never asked me to do this.
Of course not.
Yeah.
She would never ask.
She's
That's the type of person she is.
she's on Facebook, and she's always very, very positive, and it's amazing how somebody can do that. And the way I look at it is, if I'm doing so well, and it's kind of unprecedented in terms of the success I've had in the last 2 years, somebody might not be doing so well.
Right.
And it's kind of weird because I'm going like this, and unfortunately she's going like that, and I'm like, I really like to help somebody because everyone has the ability to be an artist in some way. Everyone has the ability to accomplish as long as they put their minds to it. But some people, unfortunately, have that chance taken away from them. And I'd love to be able to help her out.
Corey, that is really beautiful. Seriously,
Thank
that's
you.
really, really awesome.
Thank you very much.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, so you're looking for $5,000.
Yes.
To get you out there.
Right now, I've got $1,215 donated, which is just shy of me saying, I'm out, and just like taking a plane and trying to figure out what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I would love to say I can bring all my stuff with me, and with $5,000, I can take a truck and drive everything out there and plop down and be okay for a couple months while I'm looking for a job. But if not, if I get half of that, then I'm just going to figure out what I'm going to do with my stuff and then fly out and land and then just start from scratch.
Wow, yeah.
I gotta
But this
go.
is going to be like a showgirls thing. Like, you're not going to go out there and be like, oh, I love Versace. I love Versace. Anybody? Showgirls? No?
Totally,
You are going to make out with Gina Gershon.
Hey, know me.
I've never seen that movie. I've never seen it.
Don't
quite get the reference.
Don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've never seen it either.
Jesse from Saved by the Bell is naked in it, but other than that, there's
That helped
really
me through my
no-
prepubescent years. That
Yeah,
movie.
of course.
But like I said, going to Vegas.
NC-17 movie ever.
Going to Vegas is very logical because I don't think it'll take me very long to find a very good job, and I'm positive I'll do much better behind the bar in Vegas than I would in Wilmington. I don't think there's a debate about that.
Yeah,
so it makes sense I do that, and let alone getting on stage.
Absolutely.
Also makes a lot of sense. So hopefully they'll work together, and I can figure it out soon. And I'm in no rush. It's not like I'm here, Vegas. Why are you not giving me a show? I'm Rick James, bitch. I'm not like that. I'm like, I'm here. I need to find a job, and then I'll figure out what my groove is, and then work into it, just like I did here. It took me a long time to figure out what to do here in Wilmington, which is organic, and it worked out. And I really like to do the same in Vegas.
Are you originally from Wilmington?
I'm originally from Swedesboro, New Jersey.
Really? Okay.
I was waiting for you to say.
Corey, I'm going to drink some of your beer.
Yeah.
I've lived in Wilmington for about 8 years, and I was attracted to Wilmington because I got a job at about 10 years ago, I got a job at Zanzibar Blue, if anyone remembers that
Zanzibar
place,
Blue.
which was the most fantastic
Zanzibar
bar ever, restaurant. And I was underqualified. I'm not even sure why they hired me. I was a first-time bartender, and I was a retard I was mentally challenged for probably about 2 or 3 months, and it showed. But management stuck with me, and I just kept working and trying to figure it out, and it worked out. And I was in touch with a lot of people that were about the music all the time, and that's what my greatest influence outside of my parents and listening to music all my life was that place. And awesome. And that's the reason why I stayed, because I really liked that very much. So
Well, anything's got to be Swedesboro, New Jersey, right?
Everything's got to be Swedesboro?
No.
So, look. I'm not looking to be a Debbie Downer, but I just want to ask questions. Like, worst comes to worst, what if you don't get that $5,000? Like, what do you do?
I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping to get at least half of that $5,000. Right now I'm $1,200, so I'm $1,300 away from saying I got to get rid of my stuff, take a plane, and leave. You understand what I mean? I think that is a reasonable goal.
Absolutely.
I don't think $5,000 is too much to ask for, but I get how some people are in need greater than I, and I get that. I'm not begging. I'm not mad. I'm not walking to people and say, "Hey, baby, come on, why don't you give me some money? I deserve it." I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm just saying this is a goal I think that anyone can understand and relate to. If you've ever been somebody who wanted to achieve a goal, I'm inches away from doing that, and it's a big thing. It's a huge thing for me.
It's about
I've never
having
even
a
been
dream,
to
right?
Vegas, so I'm excited about
I've
the whole
never been
thing.
to Vegas either.
No,
No, never. Yeah. There's just the furthest out west. We were in San Diego a couple weeks ago, and that was.
I've never been anywhere.
Beautiful. I loved
I've been
it, but that was
to
the first.
Swedesboro,
Swedesboro.
Glassboro, where I
All
went
the
to college.
boroughs.
All the boroughs.
All the boroughs.
Yeah.
All the
Stay away from
boroughs.
Scottsboro.
Yeah, Dan and I mean, we've been all over the world. We've been
Yeah.
to like Wilmington and
In Wilmington.
Dover,
North Wilmington.
Dover.
North Wilmington.
I don't even know that much about
Arden.
Delaware. I just know Wilmington well enough.
We went to New Zealand, but that was more of like a we were high, and that was like a fantasy thing.
I go to New Zealand every night, personally.
But yeah, if anyone wishes to contribute, I would be very appreciative. And you can go on GoFundMe and search Corey Osby or GoFundMe.com/Corey Osby, and I would very, very much appreciate it.
I am going to open up a website that is counter to GoFundMe. It's going to say, "Go fund yourself."
Yeah, go fund yourself.
Go fund yourself.
Well, it's basically a bank account. Now, so you've now
fund yourself.
that you just make
It's gonna be
deposits in.
job applications.
Yeah, it's like go fund yourself. So now you're kind of what's it like to try to find? I mean, Rick James, James Brown, kind of two. I mean, I'm not completely different
kinda all over the
characters,
spectrum, but yeah.
But I mean, what's it take to kind of are you very like Stanislavski method? Like, I mean, do you just slap
Marlon
people
Brando.
around all day? Leading up to your concert. Like,
Well,
I mean,
first things first.
are you doing like lines of
I didn't just
of blow?
make up James Brown or Rick James out of the blue. I had a history with
No, they existed already.
Universal. Yeah, this is very true. I had history
Wow, I created this character.
with the band that I worked with the first time around, Universal Funk Order.
Yeah.
And I sang with them on a lot of bands come through. I even told Hot Breakfast one time. I said, "You guys are great." This is long before
Hot
we even knew each
Breakfast!
other. And I remember hearing them do what was it? What was the song you guys did? 80s. Come on, give it to me.
Total Eclipse of the
Total
Heart.
Eclipse of the Heart. And they were singing harmony, and they were missing the third or the fifth, right? I should take. And I remember them coming to the bar.
You were that asshole that
and
said,
I
"Hey, you were missing that."
And I said,
fifth,
"You guys are missing that, baby. I'd love to do it." They were like, "Come on stage."
Come on
I
up.
didn't know them, so I didn't know
Right.
about.
We're only
so
two
every now and
people.
again.
So if you're going to leave a chord member out, you leave out the
Sometimes it
fifth.
takes three, occasionally.
Goodness gracious. That song just reminds me of like
Takes two to rock, but three to do it right.
to do it right. That's actually, oddly enough, you mentioned that song. My senior year of high school, in our choral group, we sang that song. Right?
What?
Jill just gave me the
Total
face like,
Eclipse?
yeah, we sang Total
I'm
Eclipse.
a choir
So
nerd,
it
so
was-
I can't even imagine a choir director going,
Oh no!
this
wait.
sounds like a good
no.
thing
So
to
so the
cover.
choir director is actually she's still a good friend of mine today. All of her daughters, all three of her daughters are good friends of mine. I've known them since I was like 12.
Where'd you go to school?
In high school, I went to Christiana.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't Peggy. It wasn't Penny.
No,
Okay.
no, it wasn't. I'm talking about the lovely and talented Wendy Wheeler Adams, 10,000 other last names.
Yeah.
Just she's a wonderful woman. Has been married many times. But anyway, Wendy. She was Adams, Tebbit. I can't even think of all of her last names. Wheeler, blah blah blah. Great woman, very talented. I love her daughters. Yada 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 yada. But our senior year, she was like, "We're gonna sing Total Eclipse of the Heart, and this is what we're gonna do. All the guys are gonna turn around and face up stage." And then every time you sing "Turn Around," you're gonna turn around. So literally, like we're all like, it's like, turn around. And like we're all like moving away, and like the girls are like, every now and then I get a little bit, and then we turn around. It was probably one of the most surreal experiences.
So the sound does that too. It's like, turn around.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, turn around. It was ridiculous. But it was fun. I mean, we always had fun in her class, for sure. But yeah, that was one of our senior choir moments.
So you probably had the fifth covered then.
We were definitely covered.
the fifth, sixth.
Right.
Speaking of Total Eclipse of the Heart, you've seen the literal videos of Total Eclipse of the Heart, I'm sure, right?
The what?
Literal
Oh,
videos?
the literal videos. Oh, my gosh, yes.
God, it's brilliant. Total Eclipse, there's a bunch, but Total Eclipse of the Heart is
Google it,
probably
people.
the funniest.
I might have to check that.
Literal
No.
videos
It's
on YouTube.
completely
Oh,
worth
really?
it. Yeah,
It
it's great.
is.
It's literally like what they're saying.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
the
what
video.
you
it's,
see.
it's
like a
what's
translation
happening in
of
the
video.
video.
Right.
So, there's a part where, she's in like the big.
Her love is like a powder keg.
Yeah, but it's not about the lyrics. It's about what the visuals are in the video. So
Yep.
there's this one section where Bonnie Tyler's standing in front of these huge windows with the curtains blowing. So they changed the lyrics to "and the curtains are blowing." And it's completely ridiculous.
Oh Oh wow, I'm gonna have to
Really,
check
really
that
well
out.
So
done.
funny.
Yeah,
Very
they
well
reference
done.
Lord of the Flies. I mean, they go all.
It's ridiculous.
Now, so look, we got to wrap this part up because the first course is coming out.
Sure.
Corey, so you set up 4 shows. It's like a farewell tour,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
it's all throughout Wilmington, which is very
Yes.
cool. And you've already done 2 of those. One of
I've got
those shows.
one.
With-
One is
with
due-
a tilting.
Tilting Windmills. That was
Yeah.
back in January 4th
Yeah,
at Oddity.
I like
that
how
place.
it's still. We're still in January.
Yeah.
You're like, it's way back. It was in January.
God, it was
way
the
back.
beginning of 2015. It's so weird.
But you got 3
We were
more.
so different then.
Way before hoverboards.
You remember
and
those?
Lace up Nikes.
the Nike Air Mags. Like it's,
That lace up for you. So you did that, and a lot of people they expect to almost see James Brown
Yes,
or
this
Rick
is true.
James or
That's
something.
true.
but that's not where they're getting.
That's
No.
not what they're getting.
No.
They're getting Corey Osby.
Yes, they are.
They're getting the man, the myth, the legend.
Well, I guess so. I
Yeah.
can put it like that.
And but they're trying new things. So you're kind of sitting in with a certain band, and so what's coming up next though?
Tomorrow, I'm with Brian Fitzy, who does Loop Station. If anyone doesn't know what Loop Station is, basically it's a computer equipment that he records himself playing an instrument and is able to play over another instrument that he's playing. So he's basically as a full-time band in front, like he's able to do it all himself.
Yeah.
So I'm actually sitting in with him.
He's rocking out with
It's very
Juan.
Andrew Bird.
Yeah, he's right. He's
you know.
got one.
I
But
think
tomorrow there will be a duo. We actually might do that song because technically there will be 2 of us. So I may actually steal your song and do it
Okay,
tomorrow.
fair enough. Do it.
Total Eclipse.
I hope it's not. No. It only takes 2 to rock.
It only takes 2 to rock.
Yeah. So I hope it's not copywritten. But
I think
oh well.
the first artist I saw do the whole loop thing was Andrew Bird. Andrew Bird used to be like
I
Andrew
love
Bird's
that
Bowl of Fire, and then it went from Andrew Bird's Bowl of Fire into, just Andrew Bird, and then it was just this kind of looping thing.
Brian Fitzy is brilliant, and he does a lot of YouTube throwback videos, a lot of old school R&B and hip hop, and that's what they're going to be focusing on tomorrow. We're going to be doing like Regulate and California Love,
Nice.
and I'm
Nice.
going to throw in some Usher, and
where's
we're
this?
going to do.
Where's this?
It's going to be Logan House starting at
Logan House,
5:30. So he's going to have his whole set. Then I'm going to join him at around 7.
Oh,
And
yeah?
we're going to go for a couple hours.
Cool.
And then Special Delivery is a local band. They do a lot of covers. I'll be with them for a few songs. Well, I will actually be doing a Rick James and a James Brown.
Oh, cool.
So a lot of people who are interested in seeing that all over again will be.
And then what about the next 2 shows after that?
After that will be.
Your cards are over there.
Oh yeah, I know, but I know what they are. January 25th is going to be with Nelly's Echo, and that's going to be at Oddity, and it's going to start about 7 or 8.
I love
7 o'clock
Oddity
doors,
bar.
8 o'clock.
Love it.
Oddity's
Wait,
great.
I mean, is like Nelly just going to be out in the alleyway?
No, not Nelly. Nelly's
okay, I'm
Echo.
sorry.
Nelly's Echo.
Nelly's Echo is actually one guy, but he
joking.
He conceptualizes music. He conceptualizes music, so it's more of an entertainment value versus just one person doing a single entity type thing. He wants to
Gotcha.
be bigger than what's happening with himself singularly.
Nice.
So he kind of just
Whatever that
conceptualizes.
means.
Well, if he explains it much better than me.
Okay.
But he's actually, what we're going to do is more of an acoustic singer-songwriter type thing. So it'll be
fun.
a lot different from the
Very
previous
cool.
night with Brian Fitzy, where we'll be doing a lot of old school hip hop.
So all
R&B.
these shows are going to be different. So that
Very, very
entices
different.
the audience,
Yes.
the potential audience to come out to all of these
Yes.
and help support you
Yes.
on your mission to get
Not
to
only
Vegas.
that, but I get to. I'm a new artist, and it may seem like I've got a long history doing a lot of stuff, but I've only been doing this for a little less than 2 years. I literally, my first headlining show doing much of anything was the first Rick James show.
Right.
Like that was it.
Right.
I took vocal lessons. I took it very seriously, and I went balls deep in it with it. I don't know how to say that.
That's right. The kids are gone now. She went upstairs.
You went balls
But
deep.
but I don't know who I am as an artist
Very
yet. So I decided that if I'm going to do this, then I'm going to work with people that I enjoy, 1, and 2, that I think I can lend and figure out how else I can do what I do.
Yeah, very
And
Jill,
so
keep drinking Tom.
I'm learning as I'm growing. And the
Keep
last
drinking
show,
Tom Attractive.
and the last show is
thank
going
you.
to be with
So, let me
Sweet
keep
Lita
drinking then.
January 29th at Logan House.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of funk.
Very cool, man.
False.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Sorry, I'm flirting with Jill over here.
Funk.
Funk. We gotta start like
You gotta
placing
stop
the
putting
females
the female,
right
don't
next
put
to
the
you.
female guest next to me.
It's like
You know
every
that.
podcast.
Everyone should know this about
If there's a
Sanchez.
girl-
he does this.
Like you and Maggie Gabbard, that was like, oh boy.
I actually held back
Yeah.
during that interview. I was reserved.
He's
Sure.
getting flushed. Look at
She
him.
was like, not that I put anything in her drink. But,
Of course
you know,
not. She's underage. Right? She's
like
not old enough to
19.
drink.
Oh my God.
Ish.
Ish. Yeah, that started. Yeah.
Oh,
I tell you
there
what.
he is.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. When we real quick, where could everybody find you?
You can find me on
online and everything?
Facebook, / Corey Osby, or Twitter, OZ Corey.
Yeah.
With an E, C-O, so O-Z-C-O-R-E-Y.
Correct.
So Oz Corey?
Yes.
Oz Corey on the
My
Twitter.
nickname in college was Oz. It was a track nickname, and it didn't really stick. I have a tattoo.
Well, and then, the show came out on HBO.
Yeah, and
they were like, oh, wait, now it makes even more sense.
I didn't
Let's
want
call him
anybody
Oz.
thinking that I was walking around
All
dropping
right.
the soap in the bathroom.
So
I
when
was
we
like,
return, first course from Chef Tim.
excellent.
Boom.
We'll be right back. Dorksandforks.com. And we're back. Dorksandforks.com, podcast number 6. To the left of us.
Of what I'm looking
oh
at
my
right
God!
now.
It's Chef Tim put together a killer job. You wanna tell us a little bit about this dish?
Sure, man. This is a sweet corn cake. Recipe was given to me today from my Colombian friend out in Colombia, Camilo Vela, with a little crispy duck confit, a fried quail egg, a little chimichurri, and just straight up maple syrup.
All right, I'm gonna give it a go.
Go for it.
Wow, it's like
Oh, come the fuck on.
it's kind of like Santa Fe. Like I think of like New Mexico or something when I eat this. Chef, that is dynamite, man.
So is this normally served while standing over the sink? Because that's where I would eat it. Is that normally where you
Yeah,
do it?
right? Because it's just
It
like
would never make it.
salivating, you know?
Oh, shut up. Jesus. Really?
Chef, it's delicious.
Jill gets angry at food when she really
I
likes
do.
it.
I
Well.
actually do.
It's like I hate you. You're
Tim,
delicious.
Can you remind us, Chef, can you remind us of your Instagram so we can get some followers for you, plus tag
sure.
what we need to tag?
Follow me on Instagram at Chef Droz, D-R-O-Z. Facebook, Tim Drozdowski. That's it.
Let me ask you something. Now, for those who know me, I have an issue with this. The traditional term of confit is cooked in its own fat. So it's a protein cooked in its own fat.
Correct.
Now, do you feel like the term confit is just thrown around now?
A
Where
lot of terms are.
Where
And,
it's just like, oh, we have confit tomatoes.
Right.
And then you're like, how is it, wait, what fat was it cooked in? Because tomatoes don't have fat. And they're like, well, no, it was cooked in olive oil.
Oh, right.
And you're like, so that's an olive oil poached tomato or something, right?
It is. Confit is more of it's a term and a method. People use it as a method. So the method is cooking something in its own fat.
In its
like you
own
said.
fat.
Right. People still use it. Put parentheses around it, like that's a pancake, parentheses. It's not a pancake.
And it's usually like the shitty restaurants that really try to dress up their menu by kind of throwing terms around that they're not really doing.
It's just bad menu engineering. We're going to call this confit, but
Yeah.
it's really not.
Well, yeah.
All right, I was busy tagging stuff. I haven't even got into this yet, so I'm going to
Chef, this is insane, man.
it looks delicious.
Is that like
It
the
smells
word
delicious.
artisan? Is that another one that's
This artisan.
This
thing.
artisan.
Blah, blah, blah.
And then you imagine this man in a smock creating it.
Calloused hands.
My God.
Yeah.
Dude, that crispy confit
I can't.
is incredible.
Lord.
I mean, that sweet corn cake
Ah.
is sweet. I mean, it's beautiful.
Chomp into
Sweet.
the microphone over here.
That you get that maple on the end, that maple note. And then that chimichurri,
Yeah,
that's the green sauce.
it is.
It's magical.
What exactly, because even when you just get that chimichurri,
That's
it's
usually
it's
like-
herbaceous.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a sauce usually for grilled meats, but I put it with the confit. It's parsley, red pepper, vinegar, garlic. That's basically it. A little bit of water to get it moving, pureed up. Salt and
My
pepper.
God. Chef, killed it.
All right, man.
Killed it, Chef.
Thank you.
I just fist bumped like I was Guy Fieri.
My mouth, is just so, it's watering. Like, eating it, it's watering. It's just, oh my God. It's so good.
That's called digestion, Dan. I think that's normal.
No, Jill, no, it's not. Between looking at you and eating this food, my mouth is watering, okay?
All right, you redeemed yourself.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
That's what he does.
So I figured I'd pair this with Kujo. Imperial Coffee Stout.
Oh, I thought we were going to watch the movie.
Yeah.
I got excited.
I just thought he couldn't produce.
Flying Dog is coming in like 8.9% ABV.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Kujo Stout.
Stout with coffee.
8.9%.
It's a big one.
That's what she said.
This is delicious.
Wow.
I would drink this.
I'm going to pair this with
Holy
my
cow.
Sortilege maple whiskey.
No, you have to try this. Just have
Dude,
it. Have it.
oh my God, that's like, that's
This?
a really good
perfect.
breakfast beer.
That's perfect.
Well,
No,
it
and
says
it's a
that
stout
it's-
too, so it's like that's breakfast and lunch for me. You know.
Did you get one of these, Chef?
Oh,
Yeah, I had one. They are delicious.
that is good. Right?
Well, it's, yeah.
I don't drink beer, but that's...
You do
that's-
now, Jill.
really,
You do
I
now.
don't
As a breakfast beer with the quail egg and the confit duck. My God.
Ken, way to go, brother.
All right, man. I gotta go check on my.
Cool, man.
Go
When
check
we
on
return,
everything else.
we'll be back with hot breakfast.
Hot breakfast and our Oscar picks. The nominations came
Sure,
out.
we'll do it. I'm going to take my dog, have him go piss.
Boop.
We'll be back. DorksandForks.com. All right, guys, welcome back. We are back
Welcome back.
to our second part of DorksandForks.com.
No? Welcome back, Connor.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan Sanchez, Brian Wild, Corey Osby.
That's me.
Matt and Jill from Hot Breakfast. Dude, we're super happy that you came and did our show. Thank you so much
Oh, our pleasure.
for coming on and
having us.
lending
Feeding us and
lending
drinking us.
credibility to our show. I feel like I have to say that to every guest. Thank you for lending credibility to our show because we're just two schmucks at my dinner table
Well, our
drinking beer and eating.
Our tagline is Delaware's premier acoustic dork rock power duo.
Yeah.
And
Is there another?
So all of a sudden you saw
battle between you and
Dorks
another
and
band, or-
Forks pop up.
that's exactly right.
Exactly,
So we
yeah.
found there's
Suddenly we
podcast
popped up
called
on-
Dorks and Forks.
On
We're like,
Facebook one day, it was like, boom, Dorks and Forks.
yeah, we thought this was a match made in
Yeah,
dork heaven. So
in
we're very
dorky
happy to be
heaven.
here.
Now, when did you
AKA
guys?
Syphilis,
When did you form?
Tuskegee Airmen.
We started playing together in 2003, where we met each other doing a play. Actually, we were both in Jesus Christ Superstar.
I did not know that.
My favorite show. My favorite show.
My least favorite show.
I always wanted
oddly
to be
enough.
Pilot.
I don't.
Very
I
polarizing.
don't
but-
like
Yeah, it is,
Andrew Lloyd
it is
Webber.
a polarizing show.
Yeah.
I love the show. My mom.
But we
ran-
met and we started kind of playing together. Just getting together every
Was
now and then.
that, was
playing
that a
together.
Candlelight or Drama League?
It was a
City
drama
Theater?
league.
Drama
At the
League,
drama
yeah.
league, yeah. And then, in fact, one of our first songs that we did at like our first gig is Hot Breakfast. One of our first gigs at Hot Breakfast, which was at Candlelight Dinner Theater, was a 10-minute version of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Just the whole show.
The whole
10
show,
minutes.
In
exactly.
10 minutes.
Abridged.
Yeah.
I would love to see
In fact,
that.
I think we might have done it in 9.5 that night. But the goal is
That's what she said.
Make
The
sure
goal
you
was
get
10.
under 10 minutes. Yeah. But our first gig at billed as actually Hot Breakfast was the Tin Angel in
2010, yeah.
Yeah, June or July of 2010. And but before that, we'd been playing just as Matt and Jill. Yeah, like we'd opened for Joe Trainer Trio a couple times, but then we decided to be Hot Breakfast.
I love it. It's such a fun name.
It's really, really fun.
And speaking of hot breakfast, we are ready for course number 2.
Of course, Tim's
You are
ready.
so
All right,
good
hold on,
for
let me back up.
segues.
Let him come.
Dan, you got the segues down.
So, well, Tim just gave me the thumbs up over there.
Oh, it's pretty.
We're just going to wrap up quickly because we want to eat. So, and that's the story of Hot Breakfast.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
no, we can keep talking. No, I'm just saying, like, Tim's going to bring food out now. So, like, so you guys met then. That was 2003.
Three.
We met in 2003,
Yeah, met in 2002, but
and we were Hot Breakfast starting in 2010.
Okay.
And then really in 2011, we really started making a point of trying to get shows and
Sure.
play out there. And be
want to hand me the plate?
All right, we're going to do some plate, switcheroo, but let's keep chatting here.
Yeah, Harry Savoy. Keep your silver.
So, so you became Hot Breakfast in 2010, and you've been doing such since.
Yes.
Played all over the place. I mean, I think I've seen you guys at, I can't even begin to count
well, we tour a lot too.
how many times or how many places.
Being a two-person band, we get to tour a lot. So we've played South by Southwest. We've played, California. We've played festivals, Burning Man in Nevada, Burning Flipside in Austin, also South by Southwest. We've played in Boston, D.C. I mean, so the nice thing about being a two-person band is that we're very mobile,
Right.
and so we're not just strictly Delaware or Philly.
Yeah. But we do. I mean, we also played Logan House and
Sure.
Yeah, we're not above that. But oh my gosh, that's great.
You get.
Oh my God, that's where my show is going to be tomorrow.
Oh my God.
what? Logan House.
What time does your show start, Corey?
5:30.
5:30. You know what sucks is that like you're saying tomorrow, and this show's not going to be out for like another week and a half.
I know
By
that.
now, the show has been a massive success or an unmitigated disaster.
I
You're
I actually do a monologue, a Morgan Freeman monologue for about a half an hour.
That's just you're just playing the black card again.
Great.
Chef Tim is here with his second course. Everybody's kind of started enjoying it already.
Holy smokes!
Delicious.
Wow. Tim,
take your
can you
pictures.
describe this for us, please?
I can. This is my ode to the Waffle House. Like I said, I was in Beaufort, South Carolina for a week. Every morning I got up from my hotel, walked to the Waffle House next door, and this is what they had, pork chops. I was amazed. So this is the ode to the Waffle House. It's a sweet tea brine pork chop. So I made a batch of sweet tea, brined the pork in there for about 12 hours. All kinds of flavoring in the pork. There's coriander, fennel seed, red pepper flake, garlic, shallots. I mean, it just goes on and on. On the bottom is what I can remember most was just buttered grits. Just yellow corn grits, buttered, nice and soft. They've been cooking since I've been here, 5:45. So they're about 2 hours old. And I hope they're nice and soft. That's how I like it.
They're great.
Awesome. I did
That's
little,
not what she said.
That's exactly right. I did a hot pepper escabeche. So what escabeche is usually a Peruvian in Portland showed me how to make this. So this is awesome.
Wait, a Portlandian Peruvian?
No.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's a Portlandian Peruvian.
Exactly.
Think about that journey.
His name is Paul.
It's a and what was that word? Escabeche?
Escabeche.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
How do you
so
spell that? They're just-
ESCABE, CHE.
Sure.
Just Google that. Something
Yeah.
will come up underneath. It's the correct spelling.
Start trying to spell it in
Exactly.
Google.
Dude, is that
It'll pop
habanero?
up.
Is that habanero?
There's 3 peppers in this.
Holy
so there's
cow.
it is a little spicy. So what I did was I had manzanos, which are one of my personal favorite pepper. It's got a little heat to it, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not. It won't blast your face off. There's a little red serrano in there, and there's long hots. I roasted them, peeled them, marinated them in a little annatto seed.
That's the peppers that Gina took a picture of earlier today, right? And posted on Facebook?
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
my God. I saw those earlier. I was
Yeah.
like, holy smokes.
I was roasting them at that point.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
That was in my kitchen. And then a little thinly sliced onion, a little bit of vinegar. Usually what they do is they mix it with fish, but this is like what Brian was saying. I kind of made it my own, you know.
Right. Oh my
Just
God,
Put
so
that
good.
technique onto that. And I like to do it with vegetables as well.
So what's the arugula dressed with?
A little bit of Pinot Grigio vinegar and just straight olive oil. The arugula is just to help cut through some of the heat, some of the fat in the dish, and just the richness of everything.
Man, that heat is so good.
But it's like, it's such like that, you know, like perfect
It's got
balance
you.
of everything.
Yeah, that heat's got you, but it's not taking you over the edge.
Dude,
Holy cow, chef.
out of the park, chef.
Thank you,
Out of
guys.
the park, for
Killer
sure.
mate. Thank you so much.
All right.
My God, that
What else is
So,
new?
how did you know that you wanted to be a chef?
I got lucky, actually. I was early age, and my mother was a single parent. I was the oldest of 3 children. It was my responsibility to have breakfast ready, or excuse me, hot breakfast. Excuse me.
Nice.
It was my responsibility to have dinner on the table when Mom got home, and I got really good at opening the cupboards and finding whatever I could. We didn't have a lot of money, and making a meal. I enjoyed people gathering around a table just like this. I enjoy, people laughing, people drinking, people socializing, just a good time. And it was my first ever job, and it'll probably be my last.
Oh my God, is that rye? Is that
love it.
caraway? Isn't that rye?
There's everything, man. There's mustard seed, coriander, fennel seed,
Yeah.
juniper berry, allspice, clove,
Jeez.
red pepper flake,
That just
cumin.
hit me. That just hit me. Wow.
So good.
Killing it.
Thanks.
So good.
Like
What-
every bite, you get something different.
That's
Yeah.
what I was hoping
On this
for.
thing. You find some new flavor nuance with every slice of that pork, and even your preparation was brilliant. I mean, you kind of cut it away from the bone. You left the bone in pork chop, which is beautiful. So you had something to kind of gnaw on, but you kind of cut away, and you took that fillet out, and then you sliced it. Right, so you had these manageable pieces, and then you kind of tucked it in. You kind of put it at an angle, so you had some depth or some height to the
Are we
dish.
talking about drag queens?
My God, it could have been the drag queen of pork
You said
chops.
tuck it in and put it at an angle. I didn't know what was going on. Over there. I had
Jeez.
no clue.
Oh, shit.
But you know what I'm saying. It is just, Dan's always got drag queens on the mind, and everybody's got to have a kink.
Hey,
you know?
look, Clayton lives across the street. All right.
Chef, and that heat is
Dude.
still with me. Holy cow.
Perfection. No, it's a well balanced. Look, there's a word in cooking, especially in my culture, in the Thai culture. You're looking for a well balanced, flavor and texture and blah blah. It's called umami, and this is right there. Like if it had a different crunch, it would be perfectly umami with the but it is right on that cusp, dude. Like well done, perfect, knocked out of the park. Like I said before, you did a good job.
Thank you, man.
Man.
Hey, Tim,
No, not at all.
is there a flavor or a spice that you've discovered maybe in the last year or two where you're like, how have I lived before I found this spice? Is there like anything kind of surprised you recently?
I go through periods of finding ingredients that I just overused at some point.
Yeah.
When I found smoked paprika, it was about 2 to 3 years ago, I went crazy. Everything had smoked paprika on it. And the technique of smoking as well. Once I find a technique I like, I try to put it to different ingredients and just test everything, see how much you can get out of an ingredient, see the different ways you can cook it.
Excellent. Where do you buy your spices? Do you have to go to like specialty places? Can you get them online?
You can, but I mean, the grocery stores anymore actually have a wide variety of things, and they're just trying to cater. There's so many different cultures out there now that they try to cater to everyone. So you have your specialty grocers as well. You go down to Harvest Market or you go to the Newark Co-op.
Yep.
There's just so many places you can go anymore, but your local grocery store probably has a pretty nice array of things as well.
Very cool, man. Well, Chef Tim killed it again.
Guys,
Thanks for coming on, doing our podcast.
Do we still have dessert coming too, or
No.
I got Dutch baby pancakes.
there it is?
That was my idea, but I didn't make them. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I just fooled you guys. Sorry.
Well, we do actually have a dessert beer, DuClaw Sweet Baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
This is a beautiful beer, 6.5% ABV, so it's not quite a session beer. You definitely don't want to drink this all day, but it is a chocolate.
You don't.
It's a chocolate peanut butter porter.
It's so good.
Dan and I were first introduced to this beer when we were doing a beer week for Out and About magazine, and we were at Ernest and Scott, and they made this delicious little dessert shoddy
Oh, I
thing.
had like a cinnamon rim, just like Matt
was
Casarino
incredible.
does, and like it was delicious.
Every other Thursday.
That's right. That's right.
But so okay, so
It
we're gonna
burns. You
drink
gotta
this.
Be careful. It chafes.
It chafes.
We're gonna drink this, and Hot Breakfast, you're here. Well, you're gonna play us the song
Yeah, why not?
to close this out, kind of. And we're back, our final segment of episode 6 of Dorks and Forks.
Okay,
So what's the song you're playing?
This song is called "It Only Takes Two to Rock."
To rock. To rock. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Hot Breakfast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to take you on a mystical journey through time and mathematics. Many people erroneously believe that it takes a large quantity of musicians on stage at one time to bring on the rock. But we are Delaware's premier acoustic dork rock power duo, and we do math in our spare time. Allow us to explain. One is not enough to rock. I'm sorry, but it's true. You cannot rock if you're just one. I hate to break it to you. So how are you supposed to rock? How many do you need to dig a hole in fertile soil and plant a rockin' seed? Should you be 3 like Joe Trainer, or 4 like the Pixies, or 5 like New Kids on the Block? Come listen, children, close to me you'll see. It only takes two to rock. Back when the world was new, people crawled out of the sand. They looked around and said, we've got to start a rockin' band. So they gathered up guitars, keyboards and horns and basses. What a waste, they never knew that the power of two could melt their faces. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa! I'll get right to the point. If you think that two can't tear up the joint, well, you're in for a shock, because it only takes two to rock. And then one fateful night, when the planets all aligned, the gods of rock decreed that these two souls must be combined. Then the earth reversed its course. As Matt and Jill, we joined our forces. The moon's eclipsed, the seas caught fire. Trust us, dude, we checked our sources. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa! Now here's some good advice. If they say,
I bet they're soft and nice.
take that bet, it's a lock, because it only takes two to rock. So take a number, all you ladies. Come take a ride in our Mercedes. Whip it good, just like the 80s. Come on, cutie.
Come on, cutie.
Shake that booty.
Do your duty.
Come on, sweetie.
Come on, sweetie.
Stein my treaty. Break it down, Kevin Nemi style. Yeah. So you see, my friends, it only takes two to rock. But you can't just randomly pair up with some person sitting next to you and expect to start rocking. In fact, I can't even think of a single time in the history of rock and roll where two people have joined together and started rocking.
Well, what about Hall & Oates?
Okay, it happened to them.
Sam and Dave?
Totally happened to them too.
The
fine.
Eurythmics?
All right, fine.
Tenacious D?
What makes you think of that?
I have no idea.
Huh.
Yeah. The White Stripes? The Black
Keys.
Yeah.
Fine. Dresden Dolls.
Yeah. Eric B. and Rakim?
Yeah, I like them actually. They're
Yeah,
pretty
okay,
freaking
good,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Ooh. The Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
We remember them.
Yeah, whatever happened to that Fresh Prince kid?
I don't know. I hope he did okay
He
for
was
himself.
adorable.
He was
Yeah.
adorable.
Wham! Featuring George Michael.
They don't rock.
Oh.
But there was a long list though.
Yeah.
And that kind of nullifies the entire friggin' song.
Pretty
really.
much. Yeah.
So now this moment's rather awkward.
Rather.
There's only one band standing in front of you right now on the Dorks and Forks podcast that happens to be called Hot Breakfast.
Hot breakfast! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Whoa, oh, oh, whoa. So now you know it's true. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa. We did the math for you. And whoa, oh, oh, whoa. Whatever you're into, when they tell you only big bands will do, well, you know it's a crock because it only takes two to rock.
It only takes two to rock.
Only takes two to rock.
Only takes two to rock.
It only takes two.
Only two.
Me and you.
You and me.
Two, not three.
And not four.
And no more.
Only two.
I don't do because it only takes two to rock.
Woo!
Thank you.
The French Prince?
Ah oui, monsieur. The parents, they knew.
They're French, you know.
They do not understand.
I was born and raised.
No, you weren't.
No, that's not true at all.
Thank you so much for coming out to the show.
Thank you
Now,
for having us.
where can we find you?
What's
Coming up? What's coming up?
Coming up, we have, for our second year in a row, we're headed to Austin to play South by Southwest.
Love.
So we're excited about that. We're thrilled that they want to have us back. So we don't have our exact dates for that yet, but it'll be sometime within South by Southwest week, which is, the 16th to the 20th.
20.
But our next show is the 24th. January 24th, which is a comedy music night that we're doing with Todd Chappelle, who we love playing with.
Dave's brother?
No relation. Todd's totally white.
A little different.
A little bit, yeah.
Totally white.
But Todd is a comedy musician,
Yeah, he's funny.
and he's just wonderful. He's, again, another guy who's like toured the country and, award-winning kind of guy. The show that's up this way is Friday, January 30th at Melody's Cafe, which used to be Milk Boy Philly, and that's in Ardmore. And we're headlining that, and then also on the bill we have Danielle and Jennifer.
Oh, yeah.
They're just delightful, and then also Wave Radio.
Wave Radio!
They're amazing. So that's going to be a really great bill.
And as this is airing, we've just completed spending the weekend with our friends, the Dead Milkmen.
No.
Doing a performance with them, which, as we're taping it, it hasn't happened yet. But as you're listening, it's happened, and it went awesome. We're really sorry about the fire.
I guarantee it.
Yeah. The fire was a mistake. We're sorry. That should not have happened.
In Philadelphia, there's a music collective that's called Weather Vane Music, and they're a nonprofit, and their job is to kind of figure out new ways to promote music in this kind of new, this new world we live in, where you don't really have labels and stuff. So anyway, Weather Vane Music, they have a documentary series that's been going on for a couple of years called Shaking Through. And so this Dead Milkmen thing, they have a song that they wrote, and then they called me to ask if I would write a section of the song. And so Matt and I are going to go into the studio with them this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, and then you can also watch a live simulcast of the whole proceedings. And then after that, they're going to take all the footage that they made, and so in addition to having a documentary, you also get the song, and then you can hear the song, and then you also get the individual tracks for remixing if you're a kind of person who wants to do that. So it's a very collaborative
That's awesome.
thing. Very cool. So we're really excited to be getting to work with the Dead Milkmen because we've been fans of theirs for 25 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's a great opportunity. So we got a lot of really great stuff coming up. But if you want to get a hold of us, just hot-breakfast.com is our website. And then we're Hot Breakfast on Twitter, Hot Breakfast Rocks on Facebook, just plain old Hot Breakfast on Instagram as well.
Or just stand on the corner, throw your hand in the air, and yell "Hot Breakfast." Eventually, we'll find you.
Well, I hear
you'll
if you say hot breakfast 3 times, you just show up.
It's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, we show up
same
in the
thing.
mirror, and then we kill somebody. It's great.
And Corey Osby,
Hello.
thank you so much for doing the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, man, you were great. And what's coming up?
By the time this airs, you'll have the ability to see me January 25th at Oddity with Nelly's Echo, starting about 7 o'clock.
It's getting hot in here.
Hot in here, hot in
Not
here.
that Nelly, people.
Oh,
calm
sorry.
down. That would
I
be
get so
exciting.
excited.
But it's not. It's going to be
I want Nelly to be in the alley and just like the echo resonating through the Oddity bar.
I'm putting some tape under my eye when I go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be kind of a singer.
Band-Aid, right?
Yeah. For me,
it's going to be kind of an acoustic singer-songwriter. We'll be doing some covers, and I'll be doing some John Legend, and I can do that pretty well, and that kind of thing. And then finally, on the East Coast, I'll be January 29th at Nomad with Sweet Lita from Baltimore, Maryland. Actually, both those acts are driving up from Baltimore, Maryland to play with me, so I'm
That's
very,
fantastic.
very excited.
Nice.
And I'm so fortunate. I'm not even sure how I was able to do it, but I met them all at the Queen, and we all have great rapport. And
I met them at the Queen. That's like such a weird thing to say.
I was able to coax them to work with me, and like Nelly or Nelson.
Nelly. See, it's
Silly.
not
Nelly's Echo.
here.
Nelly's Echo not even heard me sing yet. He's agreed to come up here. Like he might have watched the video, but it's
He's the one who said it was gay.
It's gay. That's so good.
Yo,
very
it's so gay.
Very homosexual.
I hate you.
I can tell it's homosexual.
You suck. Kill yourself.
He hasn't said anything in reply, by the way. I went, yes, it's very homosexual. And the guy was, and nothing. I was waiting on a reply.
I didn't realize he.
on YouTube.
He's like, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, man, he responded.
He's got a point there.
Actually, I'm not interested.
He's like a 13-year-old boy.
I think I'll go complain about women in video games.
That's right. Lara Croft just isn't the same. And, blah, blah, blah.
And where could our listeners find you?
You can find me on Facebook. You can search my name, Corey Osby, Coreyosby. You can find me on Twitter, Oz, O-Z, Corey. You can search me on YouTube. I've got some professional videos up there. And hopefully you won't be able to find me on the East Coast
Hopefully.
much longer, because I have plans
Yeah.
on moving to Vegas and start over and do my thing out there.
Don't forget us, little people, please.
Yes.
I keep hearing that, and it's funny. I'm going to say something. I'm glad you said that, because as much as I like to talk, I'm not about myself, but I like to promote, because that's my thing. I have to.
Sure. Yeah.
One of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me
This
was
nice
Jill
penis.
Knapp.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Matt Casarino actually went on Twitter and said verbatim, this is what she said, on March 8th, 2014. I'll never forget this. I looked it up. She said, you know what? Corey Osby makes me happy. Just thinking about him makes me randomly smile. You know how, like when a dog is sitting there snoozing and then he starts wagging his tail for no reason because he's thinking about something like a ball or something? That's me with Corey. I just like Corey. He's so good. That's what Jill Knapp said.
It's true.
A little less than a year ago.
It's true.
And so that's why I'm very, very happy to be amongst friends, particularly on my last days on the East Coast, because I don't know what to expect in my future, and I'm very, very happy, very fortunate to have had the success and to be able to give back in some kind of way. And
Yeah, very cool. And now, Chef Tim, let's move this.
Where can we find you, Chef Tim, besides Harry Savoy? If we were looking for you on the internets, what would we do?
You can look me up. I'm on Facebook under my government name, Tim Drozdowski.
And you spell that? Yes.
My government name? Is that like a Christian name?
That's my government name. It's not like government cheese or anything like that. It's my government name.
Government.
Different.
That's it. DROZDOWSKI.
Yep.
On Instagram, you can look me up as Chef Droz, CHEFDROZ. Twitter is the same. That's
Boom.
it.
Dude, you killed it tonight, bro.
Thank you, guys.
Dude,
I
so
appreciate
much.
being here.
Guys, thank you all so much, very much. Thank you. This has been podcast number 6 for dorksandforks.com. Check us out. Subscribe to our YouTube and everything. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thank you, Wilmington. We'll see you next month.
Good night. Good
Dorks
morning.
and
Whenever you're listening to this. Dorks and Forks. Thank you, RKBC.
Dorks and Forks.
Dorks and Forks.